everyone. Thank you for connecting. I am Ami, broadcasting from Far East Japan. This is Wellness Wisdom Wednesday to think better, feel better, be better using this keyword, energy word from Japanese way of identifying energy as a non-physical element. Using this word combined with this key energy character word to make it as an one word that to share, that is to share in the idea of how you can use your energy attention to connect to non-physical everyday life in particular way consciously. So once you become aware of it, and it become a tool for your better and for conscious creation, living with clarity. So that's what the idea. And these word combination, I am having a hard time translating in Japanese into English, because there's no, it's a different way to observe the energy. So I need to describe what it is, this one word in Japanese. So the combination of this key energy word, if you're a healer, key reiki, that is also part of the combined word with this energy, something to do with key energy, and that's reiki is portion of this. So many combination word with this key energy word. So I chose the most frequently used in our daily activity, daily living, in dialoguing with others, or even to talk to ourselves using this word with energy, and non-physical, so invisible aspect in everyday life. And most of our activity is non-physical before it becomes visible, physical. And we it's pretty hard to identify if it's invisible, because human system 80% of the information from eyes. So show me is easy, it's seen, we can see, it is easy to identify. But non-physical, which is like a mind thinking, or the not having the form yet situation, it's quite difficult to identify. But these are the most one of the most important aspect of our everyday life. So this is an idea to identifying these non-physical energy, and we have absolute power to direct, choose, using our personal power. Only our consciousness is the 5%. Rest of the 95% is the subconscious and conscious. So to consciously notice and use it for ideal, once we become aware of it. Since we don't see. And then talking about no physical energy aspect means like basically not seeing it. But when we have that an awareness, noticing this no physical aspect, and then we can also choose to direct our attention, your attention. And energy moves where attention is given. Who is the attention giver of your energy? Is you. Mine is me. So consciously, wait a second and choose this way to direct, reminding that we have a power to choose. So here's the 7 Japanese energy keyword. Let's say keyword that shows what we can do to identify and use it for better in as a tool. So my wish here is that if you can find some new idea on top of your way of identifying energy, that would be great. So then you gain more access to the new tool for your own better. So that's what I am here to share every Wednesday as an awareness. Wisdom, the Japanese key energy word, wisdom, Wednesday. So let's start the this week's sharing. And before going there, I would like to change and clean the energy around me, within me, aligning, and also to this space we hold for one another. So this is the crystal turning fork to bring in some higher frequency to help us get resonating and raising some energy cleansing. So I'd like you to join us in the replay viewing, just to take a moment and to noticing this frequency and adjusting your frequency and what part of you is resonating, and extend, expand that resonance, and to hold the space even for not broadcast live but replay viewing. Everything is happening here now, so this connecting point is a connection. So let's see how we can tune. It's pretty high. So this is the 4096 hertz. One more. Okay, feels good. So this week's key energy word I like to pick is so this day is actually a national holiday, the spring day. And I realized that this country has so many national holidays. Unless otherwise, worker, it's hard to take a day off, even paid off. So the government is encouraging people to take a day off, and then, spend time with yourself, with the family, have fun outside of doing work thing. So no wonder it's so many national holidays. Okay, so it's the 20th. So I choose two. 1, 2. And then from the top, 1, 2. So this week's keyword is kon, root. Root energy. Konki. Konki. Root energy. Together, meaning that patient. Being patient. So to give attention to the root and grow root for what you are initiating, what you are choosing for your goal or the wishes, your dedication, your creation with patience. That's something that I really need. It's I'm the person, I wanted to have it yesterday, and microwave popcorn mentality. Got to walk on that root and more energy. Rooting your energy means like energy. How you're going to give your energy to the root is to give attention. As an attention moves your energy, give your attention and more energy. More attention, energy grows, even for positive or negative. So it's more thinking or more attention and dedicating, and that energy is growing to the root. Means like even if it's unseen, the result yet like seeing above the ground, but the first, it taking the root. So walking on that to grow the root walk, to have enoughness to support that above ground, which is easy to see because it's visible, right? Invisible root is kind of like is this really growing or walking or progressing as the way that I initiated it, or that is easy having a dialogue when we start something, and especially when you commit to work or dedicate for a long term project. And if the goal is 4 years, let's say, and then when you started yesterday and then today is the first day, and then already checking on the route, and then it's not the case. I think you see some result. Sometimes when I'm digging into under the ground, and then how is my root is doing? No, it's not happening. So, however, just without anything to come up above, but we just continuously work on the root, being patient and to dedicate. And the aspect here is 1 2, and then 1 2. This is the sixth energy center, third eye, which is about intellect, intuition, logics, perception, where we capture information with the flexibility. So intuitive knowingness with the logical making sense in your knowledge, or the way you perceive about how the root is growing, needing a patient. So where did it's disappeared. Okay, yeah. So I said the flexibility is power. In this case, that flexibility is from right brain and left brain. The right brain, right brain is about intuition and emotion, and left brain is logics and numbers and word. And we must use the both, to balancing out is the ideal. And then if you've got the intuitive insight, and then it's nice to have the numbers to get the proof, and then your knowledge to filter in it. And sometimes it's the knowledge, and then that filters pure intuition that needing practice. But it's not only rely on the knowledge and to decide, because our knowledge is very limited, and then sometimes that the most of the time intuition is more open, and to get some idea outside of own experience. And then most of the time the future is unknown, and we mostly want to expand and experience something new in order to grow in the new chosen goals. If you know already, and then why you want to choose it as a wish, it's already happened, right? So that using both as in a flexible way, and do not judge to filter in with your knowledge that if you choose to dedicate and the third day, oh, it's not gonna work anymore. Anything, even if it's the relationship, that it's sometimes it's too early to judge some people, partner, candidate, that is he or she is really matching with my criteria or the profiling. We never know because each person has its own rhythm, and then it's quite different from yours, of course. And so judging pretty early without being patient, not so rude energy, is it's not so ideal. So it applies to any experience in our life, that even if it's your own career or in a relationship or family, to do, we want to expand our experience, expand, extend as to grow with flexibility. However, just only using that perception and intuition to decide everything without much intellectual thinking, that's also a waste of our useful resource as your knowledge and experience. So balancing with the flexibility is very important reminder as a wisdom to work on that root energy, being patient, and to avoid judging too soon, that too good or not. So create the checklist, your wish list, and the quality of that experience in a career or relationship, the partner's profiling or work environment, or your work um, ideal story as a reality tale, and observe with work on the root, dedicate to that chosen experience with being patient, and then periodically checking on it. That could be good before judging it. Just allow that to come with the conscious dedication, with the observation, with flexibility. So that's the Wellness Wisdom Wednesday reminder. Key word. Make it as kon, konki, konki. Be patient with flexible perception and knowledge combining. Avoid judging too soon. So thank you for joining. And I think I want to pull this inner child card also for the emotions. This is the card for 3 years old to learn about emotions and how we experiencing that feeding through daily activity. So these are the emotions in the mind state. 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 2 before going there. Just cut it. So the 2 cut has 2. 1, 2. And from the top, 1, 2. This is the inner child emotion, mind state. It's the worrying state. Unable to feel safe and feeding anxiety. That's the energy I am holding. That's the worry, anxiety. In conjunction with this konki, let's say that as an judging too early, or even if we dedicate and continuously walk on the route with the being patient and being flexible, and then it becomes nervous or kind of worried about that if the root is growing, or am I doing right, or is this going to take it to a healthy growth, you know, that's natural to feeding unsureness. Uh, Unsafe is quite a different, but unsure is also guiding into anxiety or worrying situation. Worrying, worrying. So the story of worry is here's the story. Other story is lost in the path. If I can go back home, I'm nervous. I'm worried about if I can go back home. So I get lost. It's pretty similar to this intentional creation and walking on the route and giving, being patient. But, is this really taking me to the next destination, which is the goal or wishes? Am I doing the right thing on this right? Am I on the right path for getting there? I mean, going back home. That is also the same feeling of unsureness gives us an anxiety and worry about concern that is this okay to continue? Is this safe to continue this? Unsure, unknown future of what I am doing this here now. So that's what fearful, worrying, anxiety kind of feeling. That's that emotion. Unsure about that. Um. So this konki is walking on the root is the invisible because it's the root, and unsure it is aligning to the ideal next step. That is natural to feel that anxiety and sometimes unsafe or worried about. But too much worry is giving that attention, worry, and then the energy grows towards that negative energy. Negative state is more and more, it's coming towards our beingness. So, what we can do is to check in on it, check in that observation journal, what you did, where you are. This information of your progress since the root is underground and unseen yet at this point. And so creating a journal would be the tool to reduce this negative energy if unsure about is this okay or taking, am I doing right? Am I in the right relationship? Am I in the right group of people? You know, so it's a observe using back off a little bit and then like a report what you do, where you are, what you feel, what you observe. I mean, these elements would be enough to with the date. And then to move on, dedicate being patient and periodically review. one of the program that really helped to shift my perspective back in early 20s is that the book called The Artist Way by Julia Cameron, and one of which is the encourage us to do the journaling as it called morning pages every morning, just a non-stop writing for 20 minutes. That's the rule as I remember. And another rule is that during this workshop course that we are unable to read what we wrote until the second or third week. I think that's the rule by the book or the actual workshop class that I participated in Los Angeles. Um, and it is important give ourselves as in a space as an observer, even if we just jot that down. We are observer and we are writer and we are the creator and we are the dedicator. I mean, so we are the whole one person and using different part of ourselves. So give a time to work on that, each part of ourselves more efficiently, to marinate in. Let the time cook in. Let the time uh, make it clearer or make it as a useful tool, better tool, without always attaching or connecting or soon. Just like marinated in the vinegar. And overnight is also good, perhaps. And a week or 2 weeks gives more mature in, it gives its own way of progressing. And then sometimes it's useful for not immediate effect from the fresh look, but to give more meaning, depth, and other information can be seen kind of dynamic when we give it a space with the time. So time could be a friendly tool to deal with the worry and concern. Am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right group? How am I doing? And so then the doer self can be observed from the observer you with a pretty, distanced, observable view, using knowledge and experience and logical part with the cool mind to observe and evaluate. And if it is hard for you to do by yourself, and find some group or the coach that help you to assess and to let you know how you are doing. That's really a good way to removing that worries as how am I doing, um, that anxiety and concerns once you are walking on this patient for dedicating your chosen experience. Okay, well, thank you for joining, and I'd like to close this broadcast with conscious breath using this tuning fork again to just to take a deep breath. So please feel free to join with replay viewing, to inhaling from the nose and exhaling. Oh, by the way, I forgot to share the link to the X. Oh my! So I'm gonna share it right now. One of these things easily I forget. Okay. I am closing now, but better than not doing it. Okay. So let's do this 3 times And also, this is a circle energy, and I like to keep this season carrying a little longer than usual. So, this is a co creating field energy of oneness, choosing the one word, intention, your goals, reminder for a New Year's resolution, new reality, new goals, wishes, your intention. So, this is co-creating field and we are connected after all under one sky. Even if you like it or whether you like it or not, we are connected. So use that connection intentionally, wisely for our own better use and support one another's intentional creation. That's what the idea of this co-creation of field energy of oneness as an energy circle. So if you're interested in, please choose your intention, one word, and send it to me. Post it or direct message me if you like to. I'm gonna write that down in here, and we're gonna send the energy. At least I am sending energy every morning as my healing practice as a healer. So at least you get that energy from the oneness. And this is a community and we need one another to create this unity, group power of energy, and get supported, and also we support one another as one energy. So please support us and get supported at the same time, choosing your word and let me know your word, and you are also consciously creating your intention and also supporting us. So that's the energy, and this is the energy community is, you can find it on the Instagram. So please come check my Instagram at Ami Max Joy. Ami Max Joy. And then you will see that you can post your word there too. So let's do the deep breath 3 times. The first one is inhaling and connecting to each part of what you are thinking, feeling. How's your body? Bringing all one in here at this present moment as whole person here now. 0 point mindfulness state. And then the next one is let go. All no longer serving, saying out. O-U-T, out. And then the last one, to embody your intention, your goal, your wishes, your new reality, using all of your senses. And then connect as one energy and support each other's intention creation. And then receive the power for your local creation. So let's do that. Okay, so let us take a long, deep breath, counting 3, 1. Now. And exhale. The second one, inhaling from the nose and let go. No longer serving people, event, your habit, way of being. No longer serving. Let go. Saying out. Ready? Inhaling now. So now just take a moment and remind yourself your intention, where you're heading, your goals, your wishes. Eyes open. Where are you? Who's around you? Can now embody fully as if it's already happening here now. Inhaling now from the nose, go. And connect as one energy. And receive the energy for your creation from this oneness energy. Inhale now. Bring it in. Allow that to come and align in here. Hi, Mel. Thank you for joining. I am just about closing here. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful day, Mel. Or just be connected at the very end of the broadcast. Would you like to pull the keyword for reminder? I haven't done it for last week was unable, so it's pretty absence for live. So if you are open to pick that keyword, please let me have the number between 1 to 7. No, that's totally fine. I was late too. It's a national holiday here again. And then it's so weird weather, like the thunderstorm and rain started to happen all of a sudden. So it's shifting spring weather here. So would you like to pick the card? Okay, 6. All right. Thank you for participating, supporting Mel, as always. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the keyword. Kimochi. Kimochi. How you gonna hold energy? How you're gonna hold the energy is totally up to you. And kimochi is the feeling. And then I realized that people use it as like a mind state to mind how the mindset, how you're gonna hold the energy. It's basically emotion, but that complexity of this word, it's the emotion in the mind, is makes that difference of when you said in when you ask the Westerners that where is the location of your mind, and then the mind is here, right? Of course, the mind. And if you ask Japanese where you look, where is your mind located in, and they will place it here. So the mind, which is the kimochi, how you're gonna hold the energy, also meaning of the location of the mind. The mind is not here for Japanese, isn't it interesting? So that kind of a different association of the physical body and emotion and intellectual mind is the way to observe is quite unique, I think. So I realized that some people are talking about kimochi as a mindset. The other day was like, oh, that's right, it's emotion, but it's the mind also. That is actually confusing part for me to describing and sharing about energy words. So yeah, the mindset is also here. How you're gonna, and then absolutely how you're gonna hold the energy. The mindset is also that everything is made of energy. So that holding the intellectual, but the mind and then also emotion is connected. So however, this kimochi is not only for the mindset, it's the physical body is also including. Let's say that the physical part, stomach is upsetting, then the holding the energy is the bad, feeding bad energy, bad kimochi because stomach is upset. That's the physical causing kimochi state. And mind state, the mindset influences, of course, the emotion feeding. So actually that gave me another layer to digging into clarifying this keyword for the next step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then from the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. That's the 6 energy center. This is exactly the same one that I picked for the collective reminder. It's the flexibility of the 6 energy center. It's a third eye, perception, intuition, intellect, logics, and number, knowledge. The way we perceive information, actually, the mind state. So the being flexible to have that kimochi mindset feeling is that when we think about something new, intuitive knowingness with the knowledge or left brain filters, and sometimes it's confusing feeling which to choose to, or intuitive knowingness but are unable to expressing with the word, so the left and right brain transmitting this energy, and then holding the energy is kind of unsure, unclear feeling can be happening. So the being flexible to balancing out, this seems to be the flow of this week, to how we're gonna use this knowledge and intellect and word and numbers that we learned, left brain, and also intuition, perception, something that we are born with, the right brain in a balanced way, flexibly, to bring in the good feeling. If the emotion shows up as an unclear or spooky or worry or anxiety, to adjusting to feel that exciting or loving, enjoyable feeling. Again, that we always have a power, choose to which energy to hold as kimochi, mindset, emotion. So being flexible with the balanced way. And then as I was telling this day, exactly the same, balancing this third eye, perception, intuition, and experience. It's like, to me, this sixth energy center is the intuition, and perception is for future use. This information I tend to use for the future, and then this knowledge, I mean, that's the same knowledge, and intellect seems to be reasoning reasoning from the past. Does that make sense? I don't use much intuition to digging into the past. Some people do that. That's my personal preference. Some people do that as in a past life regressions and digging into that. That is sort of like I use more memories and these left brain related numbers and logics and that kind. Not so much intuitive hunches and knowing, because my intuition is sort of futuristic, future oriented. So that's probably my default. So knowing your way, using right brain, left brain, and then tend to use for the future or from to learning from the past. It's not good or bad. It's the balancing to moving forward is um, one of the most important. So checking that balance and flexibility and checking the kimochi, if it's over heavy from which state is that, a past or from the future. Um, and then we can adjust the way to use this intellect, perceptions, intuition, knowledge, and to bring in a good feeling as how to choose which energy we want to hold. It's pretty I'm going everywhere, but I hope it's a helpful reminder to use that energy, holding, choosing, being flexible for intentional creation and healing. And sometimes we need to dig into the past to find the cause of noticing the repeated pattern, want to let go of, but don't know what is goes in it, and just repeating. Oh, that's great. Thank you, Mel. Repeating, and going back and then digging into that to notice. So then bringing that to this now. So then change, rewire in, and give it a new meaning in this present now for the future. It's over. Everything is happening here now. So that kind of work, we must go back in the past. However, going back all the time and then marinated in the past, it's a so draining, which I was marinated with there in this last year most of the time, because cleaning all the houses and the family belongings and reorganizing, and that is needed, but it was really heavy. So more of connecting to a vision board where I'm heading, what I excite from now in the future bringing. So that kind of balance mindset, I'm still needing to more embodying that future, because letting go this past is being in Japan is like it's so past me needed to dealing with, but it's a necessary process. So just reminding that the kimochi, the feeling that we are with, is showing that what is causing it. I'm still in this process of cleaning. Yeah, cleaning is, you know what, Mel? I think these are the endless cleaning because we are living, right? We are changing. Reminds me of that. So I don't know what makes me feel so reminding of back in when I was 20 something, and I was very young and married and started to live in LA. Um, and you know, the married couple, and sooner or later started to have a new place to live and to excited about, and creating, and then getting to learn the partner's nature more, started to live together, and then wow, I didn't know that, da 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 da, right? And then I was so frustrated. The house became such a mess. You know, it's like it's the mess is like junks everywhere, which unbelievable, was not in my life until that point. And then when we went to the model house or something, like, you know, like a showroom showcasing the nice room with the furnitures and interior decoration kind of things, and then my ex says like, hey, I mean, I like to live in this type of room. I was like, excuse me, who is making the mess in the room? You know, room itself was good. But and then realized that it's impossible because even to have the perfectly cleaning as an you know, the showroom, that's the showroom, people are not living there, and the way people live in it, it really influences, and then especially you need to change the way that operate your daily things, you know, buying things, and then the magazines everywhere, and all the shoes in the ears, and anyhow. So the operation is always the operation is always creating the newness and chaos. That's part of our life. It's like always under construction. And to minimize that, um you know, kind of things is um not just disparate. Yeah, I know, home, exactly. So, and to knowing own nature and placing that in an ideal way, and these things, it takes experience and skills and knowledge and action to design in that way and I'm still living in the designing way, and then it's very difficult to do that with someone else, you know, any family member or the partner, anyone, to live together in that way. So the more rules and then more chaos and more frustrating, and then letting go and then cleaning. So what I'm talking about is the cleaning is the never ending, because we are living, and then it ends when we depart this body, right? So but I understand that major shift is needed, which I've done last year, and then to maintain a chunk here and here. Uh, but until that point, it really requires our energy, and our attention is so much, you know, drawn to the past. So it's good to exercise the mind back into here for the future and bring in future here. See, can live not much. Less needed, or I can, yeah. So I named myself as a part-time minimalist. And then when I wanted to become a minimalist, when I was dealing with all this, dumping all this, recycling all that, and then realized that some things needing. Let's say I need these tools to do what I love to do, and I need some stuff to hold, and then to create this, and I need that. Um, so these are the things that I am really needing, and something I already, you know, removed from my everyday. I thought it's not needed, but then I got it anyway back here because I need it. So learning about it, and then I'm saying like, okay, but I really minimizing the items that belonging to me, the physical items. So I reminding myself I'm a part-time minimalist. Join the club, part-time minimalist. And then it's really considered when want to buy something, even if it's the clothes or anything, that do I really want this? So when I do, cool down from this wanting, active energy, and then what is gonna be like, do I need to give it to someone or donate, or sell it somewhere? Yeah. So it's good to pay attention for long term when w- buying it. So to minimizing the incoming while we are letting go of the past, piled everything. Yeah. So, well, thank you for sharing it. And then, yeah, it's when we are cleaning, and then so sentimental memory attached to, and then unable to let go of, and then do it as a 3 or 4 times, and then it becomes more and more easier to let go of. That's the first chunk was really hard, um, and I'm still doing it. And then give yourself a time if you're working on the entire house with the family memory related. From my mother kept my father's item after 30 years when after he died. So it's like a 30 years of his clothes. Hello, excuse me, you just need to let go of that. Carrying all this, unable to let go. I mean, that's the psychological work that she needed to do. So each one of us need to do that at some point, and to really like clear the room inside and make it more lighter, and then space for the new to come in, you know and then you know what, when we create the space, and then universe is gonna bring immediately new thing. So that, yeah, but I encourage you to take time. Just not just dumping it, but just decide, process, and then choose. These are really important process. It's not that item is just a tool, and to allow the life and own psyche to be here now, being current, and be always changing, consciously choosing for the new. When we were a child, it was easier because belonging was very small. And about we are now living more than a half century for sure, and then it's like a piles. Then once I realized that it's after I became an adulthood, and every 10 years, I think every 10 years, that I'm closing the storage. The piles of furnitures and everything is in there for whatever the reasons are. And then put it over there, and then ending that system. I think I have 5 years. Let it go. Yeah. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah. Let it go. Let it go. And that make you feel lighter. So be sure that from my own experience, it's good to get excited with what you like to invite in as new for the future. And then that balance is truly, truly important. Intentionally bringing it. I need to embody that more. So that's one of the reasons that I'm a hard time choosing the word, this circle. That was pretty hard, it's pretty plain safe, the conservative this time, because I'm still living with the past, more heavy way, the weight needing, deserving more attention for the future. Yes, indeed, indeed. Yes, timely, isn't it? It's a spring cleaning. Your weather is not spring, but here is the spring cleaning time, and this is the graduation season for this country in Japan. So ending cleaning and then move on to the next. The April is the new beginning. It's quite weird way starting, but this country is like a cherry blossom is everywhere, and then start the new, and then now is the graduation, tears of joy, and goodbye to the friends, familiar places, familiar office, familiar place to live, and packing, and to clean, and then prepare for the new. So I think it's the full moon coming soon and an eclipse. It's really good to let go, clean the house. And then the next month, new moon is the brand new start, brand new start. So let's do the full moon ritual this month to do the graduation, and new beginning, the package. Let go and to fully embody as a ritual. Let's do that. So, well, I'm sending the powerful energy for your cleaning, and wishing you, inviting the exciting new reality tale to depressing it. That, and one of the things is easier to let go is asking yourself, is this really matching to my new reality? No, then let go. Is this really exciting? It's resonating, aligning to new reality. Me, do I need it? Do you see myself having this in my new reality? Go, dump, recycle, sell. So, thank you. And let's close it with a deep one breath to synchronize and connect as one to close here. Thank you, Mel, for showing up and sharing your wonderful presence in live. So let us take a long, deep breath. Counting 3, 1, now go. Thank you. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening and rest of the week. And thank you, the previewer, if you're still watching. And please leave us a heart and let us know that you are with us, or a thumb up, or subscribe if you haven't done it, and if you click into what we are doing here. All right. Thank you, Mel. Bye. I see you when I see you.